Hi all. This is also a part of Tableau server. Like I will tell you, like how will you create a dashboard or sheet in Tableau server level. So as I told you previously, when you are working with published data source, at that time we can create visualization at the Tableau server level also. So here I will check like is there any published data source is present in my Tableau server or not. If you see here in Explore, these are the top projects, workbook, views are present, workflow, data source, all data source is there. So as you know, like Tableau treated each folder as a project, like a default is a project, manufacturing is a project, sales is a project, as well as sample is also a project. If you click this, you will see like how means how many sheets are there, how many data sources are there, how many flow are there. So if you see here, this is in the form of single cylinder. It means it is a published data source. Let me check this one. Yeah, it is a published data source. When you will open any published data source inside Tableau server, you can see this type of interface, and it is a single cylinder. It means it is having published data source. And here also in ask data you can see like the data source you published as a published data source, what are the fields are there here, it is showing here. If you see orders table is there, people's table is there, and return table is there, and all table with their corresponding fields are there. So it is one of published data source. At ask data you can see like about the field value and the tables it is connected with that published data source. Connection means this published data source it is connected to how many workbook. So if you see it is not connected to any workbook, here it is connected to one Excel file. And this published data source also you can edit this data source, uh, new workbook also you can create. You can share this data source with others also. If you click this, you can type the username to whom you want to share, or else you can copy this share link, or you can share that particular user to whom you want to share. And you can download this one if you need some change in our, if you are working with SQL server or any other things, there are a lot of codes, right? So that codes you can change here. So you will download this publish data source to your Tableau desktop. There you will open, there you will change in the data source page that code you want. Again you will publish with that same uh, data source name. So it will it will publish here with the replacing that old data source which is present in our server level. And you can give permission rename also. So let's see like see revision history means if four time you did published that same data source to Tableau server, but you thought like that first data source which is present, that one is the correct one, but now I'm going with some old one. Now I did some wrong, then you can go with this. You can select that which data source you want, then again you can do the revision history. It will go to the backside, means it will fetch the data from that published data source which you published the first time. So let's, I will tell you like how will you create a workbook here. So let's see here, new workbook we are using, but that published data source which is already there in Tableau server. See, in Tableau server also it is same interference as Tableau desktop. Here we can create our visualization. Let it be country, country wise cells I'm taking. I will show you like how you are creating published data source. New sheets also you can do. Same source show me option is also here also present. This one. Yeah, you can see the tree map. We can build any different type of charts you want, you can build noise, and you can publish directly here also. So most of time we are using like if you need some small change in our dashboard, any other things, so no need to download that same dashboard to Tableau Desktop, and no need to create no need to follow that same procedure like downloading uh, connection that to Tableau server to that particular object project, then publishing again, then all these things. So these are taking a lot of time, right? So at that time we can create directly in server level and publish. So I will tell you like how will you publish. Let click the mark icon. So we will come to know. See, you can create this same dashboard also. Same as in Tableau Desktop. How we are doing. See, all thing is present. Once you did this, you can add a new data source. You can pause this auto update. See, when you are working with published data source, the data source is connected to directly server. Any server updation is there, it is already, it will show that updation, it will reflect here also. So you can pause there also. If you want to add any new data source also, you can add. So format option also it is there, you can do that type of format. So after all these things, so mostly you did some small changes only. After you did this, you can go this as publish. See what are the projects present in Tableau server side, it is showing here. So I'm going to pass in, in manufacturing folder, select sheet as a tab. So here we created 3 sheets, so it will show you like 3 sheets. Embedded password, same way we are doing in Tableau server level. Give some name, so I not passed the name, so it is not highlighting the publish icon. So take some name, let it be new dashboard. So see that publish icon is now highlighting, and I selected that project as MFG, embedded password data source, as well as source sheet search tab. I'm going to publish. This operation we are doing for that published data source, and we are creating that dashboard in Tableau server level. Go to Explorer, in Explorer, MFG. See, it is created just now. It is created with August 3, 2023 and 8:30 p.m. 8:34 p.m. Now time is 8:34. You can open this dashboard. Here you can see that sheets are present, and that as data source is connected, which is published data source. Owner name, and you can download this workbook also. Once you created that, and you can ask, you can set as permission, rename also you can do, delete also you can do. Means you did some change, but is that not good? Then you can delete also. No need to worry. I'm going to the sheet one. See, all these options are available. As I passed like sheets as a tab while I publish. So if you see, all these thing is present. So you can download as a PDF. That workbook also you want to download, means you can download. You can view in presentation mode also, and you can share with others also. Pass the username, or else copy this, or else you can copy this direct link also, and you can copy paste and share to directly. You can go to MFG. So like this, multiple time you want to create, means you can create and publish that same data source, same dashboard to Tableau server. It will easy to us, like we can create the dashboard in Tableau server level only, so no need to worry. But it will only support for published data source, not for embedded data source. Published data source, if you delete this workbook also, the data source which is already present in Tableau server, that won't be in effect, that will be present in that place only. If you delete that published data source also, that workbook you created, that also don't be affect, because in published data source, workbook as well as our data source both are independent to each other. Once you delete that one, that won't be affect. But in case of embedded data source, if you delete that workbook, it will automatically delete the data source which is dependent to that. There it is, both are dependent to each other.